And we are live. We are working today on a Nintendo Switch. Came in for prior repair attempt. They did a charger pour on it and it's still not working. So let's go ahead and break it down and see what happens. Switch came in for prior repair attempt. They did a charger pour on it. It's still not working. So let's go ahead and break it down. Okay, so we got 4 screws on the back of it. Alright, we got 5 screws on the side right here, but we're only removing the one in the middle. And the same thing on this side, we got 5 screws, we're only removing the one in the middle. We got 1 screw on the bottom, and should be 2 screws down here. And that one is just spinned in a spot, it's not coming out. Should pop up, pop open. Let's see. Nope. There you go. Putting pressure on the back cover made that screw come loose. So what we have here is this SD card, which has 1 screw, and then a few screws on this metal plate. They're all the same size. Dude said he replaced the charger port a few times, but let's go ahead and take everything out and inspect the charger port and inspect this little chip right here, because this always goes bad, and see if that's the problem. If not, we'll inspect the rest of the motherboard, make sure there's no shorts or nothing on it, and just hope it's going to be fixable. I don't like prior repair attempts like that, but we got to work and make some money. Alright. Probably need another light on top of me because my eyes are going bad. I already wear glasses and I can't see for shit. Alright. Take these antennas off. Another antenna. We got the backlight flux right here. And then we got the Joy-Con fluxes right next to it. And another Joy-Con flux on this side. So we got some black screws holding down the motherboard. And this little cable for the screen for the LCD. There you go. And let's see if that motherboard comes out. Nope, we still have 2 screws right here on the charger port. Okay, I'm gonna just unscrew the fan a little bit so I can just move it out the way. Alright, and there you go. Forgot to unplug the speakers. That ain't no big deal. And this is what we got. From the looks of it, I don't see no water stains. But let's go under the microscope and go ahead and inspect that chip and look inside. We definitely have to change the port. It looks bad. Let's go under the hand cam. I'm sorry, under the microscope. Alright, this is what we got. Make this smaller. this is what we got. This looks bad, super bad, so we're gonna start by removing this. It melted. They used too much heat on it. So what we will do is, and there's flux all over here, but that's fine. We'll clean all that up. What I will do is just remove this port real quick. And after we remove the port, we'll clean, wick the holes, and there's no holes to wick. Them holes are empty. Oh, let's hope we don't got no broken pads. Yeah. I hope we don't have no broken pads under here. Okay, thank God. Get down on your knees and pray. There's no broken pads, so that's a good thing. I'm gonna just wick these holes. Just a little bit solder right here. All right. And let me go ahead and wick these pads while we at it. Okay, good. So let me clean, and then we'll get the multimeter and test that chip. Like I said, that chip always goes bad down there. Clean some of that flux he has over here. All right. And this is the chip that always goes bad, so let's test it. We'll get our multimeter out in diode mode. And we're going to test all these caps around here for shorts, which this is shorted to ground. Or maybe just because the motherboard's still hot. Let's give it a minute. And okay, there is a short on this cap. There's a short on this cap and a short on that cap. Well, no, not this one. Not that one. This one. So we got a short over here and a short over here. Let's go ahead and remove this chip real quick and see if this short is gone from up under it. This chip is the m92t36. Where did my tweezers go? Let's go ahead and remove this chip. And if the short is gone, we'll put another chip in this spot and put a new charger port in. Okay, that's all. Let the motherboard cool down a second, and then we'll test to see if we still have a short or is it OL, which is OL right now, so that's great. And great. Okay, so that chip was bad. So when he did the charger port, he said he changed it 3-4 times, and the thing was still not charging because of this M92 chip. That was bad. So let me go ahead and grab some. Let me go grab my new ones, and let me see where they at. Nintendo Switch, USB charging. Okay, right here. I have a whole pack of them. Should be a little bit more than this. So we'll drop that down. And let me bag it back up. Put this on the floor for now. Okay, so what I like to do is, put this upside down, it's too dirty. Okay, what I like to do is but tin the pads on this little IC chip for better soldering down. It'll solder down better if we wick it. Not wick it, but tin the pad. Sorry, keep saying wick it. Wicking is when you want to remove the solder. But right here, we're going to apply solder on all of these pins. Just like that. Can you guys see? Or I need to zoom in. Alright. And you can put a little dot in the middle. Oof, that's a little too much. That's fine. And let's come over here and put the chip, the dot. If I was Yep, just like this. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna hold it down. Okay. Let me go get that extra. I'm gonna remove that little extra paste that's popping out. Where's my wick? Damn it, I just had the wick around there. Just wick. What I do with the wick? What did I do with the wick? Did it fall on the floor? Alright, I don't know what happened, so let me go ahead and open another piece of wick real quick. Just come up this right here. Got a few of them. I just had a brand new one, but that's fine. I got a customer. I'll be right back. Hey, how are you? All right, I'm back. Sorry. What I was gonna do is wick these little pads. Just like that. And then we can go over it one more time. Let me add some flux. All right, I'm gonna move it, push down, and that's it. Hold down for a second. Okay, I do have a bridge right here and a bridge right there. We'll get that off with our little micro iron and some heat. Ooh, look at that. All right. All right, we got the chip in this spot. And what we will do is inspect it, make sure all the pins are soldered, and then we can go ahead and install our new port. Alright, you can see how pretty they are. Okay, and on that side, and we got this side, and that one. So let's go down to the charger port again. What we will do is, oh, I don't have my mic on me. Let me go grab a port real quick. Alright, I got a new port, but before we do that, we will wick these pads, not wick them, but tin the pads. We need these to be fluffed out. Alright, so what we do is get our iron, add a little bit of thermal paste on it, and just go run over these little pads. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing with the new charger port. Once you open it, alright, flip it upside down, and we will tin the pads that's on the port also. And let's get our iron and just go over these real quick, just like that. Okay, I still don't have my mic on me. Voice probably was a little bit low. Let me see my phone. And we will tin the pad that's on the port also. Okay, no, voice was fine. Alright, so what I need to do is float in that charger port. So we're going to come on the side of the desk, and we're going to overheat, not overheat, but we're going to heat up this connector where it sits down. And when you see the solder start melting, we'll go ahead and get our HDMI. Oh, sorry, why am I saying HDMI port? We'll go ahead and get that port in the spot, and we'll go ahead and float this in this spot. Wait a second. Let it overheat. Not overheat, but let it heat up a little bit. Let's get in there. There you go. So press down. Keep holding down so we can make sure all of them are soldered in. And once you see the solder hardens up, you're good to go. You can put it back on your desk and go over the pins that's on the outside. Let me just do this real quick. I'm going to move it to the left a little bit. Should be aligned good anyway, but I just want to. Okay, press down. Now let's go over these little pads. Just quick. Add a little solder. And that's all I need. Let's do that one. That's it. Flip it around. And let's fill these little holes up. Let's get some solder. Some flux on these holes. Let's go ahead and fill them up. Alright, let's just clean and go back down to this chip, and let's test that chip with it being on. Let's see if we still have a short or the short is gone. I'm gonna put the ugly hair. Alright, there's no short on this cap, and it was the one in the middle, and that's good to go. So let's go under the hand cam and reassemble it real quick. And after we reassemble it, let me exit that. Alright, after we reassemble, we're going to go ahead and test it for you guys, and I'm going to end the video. Last time I kept the video on for about 30 minutes, or about 10-15 extra minutes over after I finished the repair, just so I can show you guys that it was working. It showed me it was charging. I know what I'm talking about, but I just wanted to show you guys that it was working. So right here, I'm going to just show you that it is charging, and I'm going to go ahead and end the video. I don't have to wait for it to come on like I did last time. Yeah, I gotta take my word for it, and I have other repairs I gotta get done. Alright, that was my brother leaving the store. Alright, so, oops, can you guys see? Nope, I still don't even have it on the... Okay, it's under the hand cam. So what we do is go ahead and just connect. I'm gonna just put like 1 or 2 screws to hold this motherboard down. I'll put them right here on top of the charger port. And after this, we'll go ahead and connect this little digitizer or LCD cable. I hate these connectors. They should have made them a little bit easier. This is like my worst nightmare on this little connector. Once you get it in a little bit and you're not bending the pins, that should do the job. I think not. Let me look under my scope. I'll be right back. What I'm doing is making sure none of the pins inside this connector is bent. And I think it may be one that's bent. Or not. No, they all look good. They all look good. I just gotta align it and squeeze it in right. There you go. Smush that down. Let's connect the backlight because we're gonna need this backlight. After you do the backlight, I'll go ahead and get my charger and plug this in, the battery. Let me go ahead and get my charger and my amp reader. We're going to use this little amp reader to show us if it's actually charging or not. I'll plug my charger, plug this in, and the moment of truth is coming on the charger, and now it's pulling 15 with 12, and we don't have we got backlight. We have backlight here. You can see the backlight on the back of it, but nothing on the screen yet. It'll probably be this little connector. Alright, and let me just go down on this backlight one more time. Let's try it. The battery's not connected in. Connect the battery, and now it's charging on my amp reader. And still nothing on the screen. Yep, I gotta inspect that little cable. It's not showing me none on the screen. but it is charging 110%. So what I'm going to do is go back under the microscope and inspect that connector one more time. This connector where this sits in. Alright, I'm going to just remove this one more time. The cable do look okay. Let me just inspect the connector under the microscope. This is what I need to do, is just look at this connector. If I'm not mistaken, there's supposed to be a pin right over here. And it's missing that pin. I do have these connectors new. I do have these connectors brand new, so I can replace it if needed. Yep, the pin is all the way inside. So what we're going to do is go ahead and replace that connector. I'm going to take off the motherboard and I'll have this all live together. So we're going to replace the connector and Nintendo Switch LCD connector right over here. So I have a new connector. I'm going to remove this motherboard out of the frame before we do this work. But this will be our new connector right over here. So let's go ahead and remove the motherboard. I'm going to go back under the hand cam. We'll go ahead and remove this motherboard and then we'll go and replace that connector because it is bad. I'll talk to the guy and let him know that the connector was bad. And no more screws. Nope. Let's lift this up. And let's go to the connector. Let's go back under the microscope. So this is the connector that we will be replacing. It's soldered in from this end and that end. What I need to do is cover these connectors so they don't melt. So I'm going to just do this. I'm going to take the connector off with heat, but I'm going to put it down with my iron or mini iron. We'll see what happens. Or do we have anything on the other side? Nope, we can float it in. So what I'm going to do right now is just remove this using heat. We're going to add some flux. And let's go ahead and remove. There's no plastic connectors, not that I see of. I'm sorry, you guys can't see shit, can you? Alright, we got the connector off. So what I'm going to do is tin these pads using my solder so we don't have to use a lot of heat from the bottom of the board. So we're going to apply flux. And we're going to apply some solder paste. My iron is off. Let my iron come back on. And that's it, basically. I'm going to replace this and see if it works. Where's my new connector at? What did I do with the new connector? That's the old one. Nintendo Switch connector. Where you go? Okay, I see it. There you go. It was just in the 9th dimension. I had to travel and come back. Okay, so bow. Alright. My iron is ready, so I'm going to go ahead and tin all of these pads. My solder that I use is 183. That's what we soldered down stuff with. Alright. I'm I'm gonna clean and then apply fresh flux. Okay, you see what it looks like? So what we do is add some fresh flux and clean this nasty tip. Okay, and then we will get our connector. The connector goes just like that, and I will move towards the end of the table. I'll bring the motherboard on the side like this, and we will float it in the spot. We're gonna come with the heat from the bottom of the board. And when you see that solder melts, I'll go ahead and shift this in the spot. Or it may shift itself, but it's too long to shift itself, I think. Alright, there you go. That's my brother. And now we just inspect all of these pins. I'm gonna go over them with my micro iron. So we're gonna add some flux and go over them with my little micro iron. Let's add some of the thermal paste on it and get our heat. Lower it down. We don't want to burn the connector. So this is what we do. We just go over each pin. Alright, that side is ready. Let me do this side. The same way. Just add some, just a little flux. And with your micro iron, go over these little pins. Whoa, that's way too much solder on my iron. Don't want to sit down and bridge nothing. Bridge these pins and they'll be hard to remove. Okay. A few more pins. Get rid of that extra solder. And we'll clean and make sure nothing is bridging, and that's it. Okay. So let me go ahead and clean it. After you clean, go ahead and blow it out. And let's inspect the pins. Alright, that's the ones on the back side. Can you see? Let me see if I can clear your camera for you guys. There's no bridges. All of them look good. Soldered down. And I'm going to go look at this side. And the same thing. Everything looked good, but it is shifted to the right a little bit if I'm not mistaken. But let's see what happens. Let's go back under the hand camera and let's go reassemble. Let's reassemble and test. This came in for prior repair attempt, not charging. We had to change the charger port, the M2 chip, the m92 chip, and after we did that, this connector was bad. One of the pins was damaged, and I just soldered a new one. And let's go ahead and reassemble. Let me get my tweezers just to move these cables out the way. This cable, and we got the fan and the power button. What else is here? Alright, it just set in the spot, so we're just gonna add 2 screws to hold the motherboard down. I want to put the ones by the charger port. And after that, let's go ahead and try to connect this connector and see if it squeezes in without problems. Alright, there we go. It went in easy. The first time it gave me problems because one of the pins was damaged. Click that down. And let's go ahead and connect the backlight flux. This little cable for the backlight. And that's in. And let's connect the battery. And we're going to put this in here. Plug in the charger. The thing is coming on, and we got the image right there. So now we got image is charging at 15 volts. It's taking in 0.12, but it will go up. That's because it's a dead battery. And that's the image on the screen that we didn't have a few minutes ago, and it's ready. So what I'm gonna do is end the live right here. I do have another Nintendo Switch for a charger port, and I have an iPad 7th generation. I never did CPU, but customer gave me the okay to try CPU on it. And we will go ahead and knock this out. Not on video, of course, but this is what we did today. Just a quick, what we did was this came in for a charger port replacement. Dude replaced it 3 times and it still wasn't charging, just to find out that this chip was shorted. We changed the chip, we changed the port, and then after we did all of that, the system was charging but nothing on the screen. We can see backlight in this corner. That's where the backlight is at. And nothing on the screen because of that connector was bad. We replaced the connector, and now we got image on the screen, and it's charging at 15 volts and taking in 0.12 amps. It should go up. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos.